Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes with my giant cap on. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York, in southwest Suffolk County on Long Island, serving the entire New York, New Jersey, Connecticut tri-state area with everything you need to make sure your house is looking great, working great, and gets through any kind of adverse weather. So head over to Omni or give them a call, 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com is the website. And taking a look at the satellite loop, which is deciding to throw in some white frames in there. We have a beautiful day here in the Northeast. Dry, clear skies for the most part. Now, the exception is and as always an exception, when you go up into upstate New York and in western Pennsylvania and also up into northern New England, we're seeing some clouds and even some scattered showers. And that's because of an upper trough that is swinging through the east. Now, we might see a little bit of that cloud cover later this afternoon and this evening as that upper trough approaches. I threw in the tiniest chance that there could be a isolated or a scattered shower. I think the best chances for any showers are going to be up to the north in upstate New York, central northern New England, and maybe back into parts of Pennsylvania. And you can see on the radar the flow here around the Great Lakes is basically from northwest, then it turns westerly, and then southwest, and that is that again that upper trough and upper low just sort of spinning away. And as the spokes come around, triggering off these downpours well up and well inland. So I don't see any problems. This is going to be a very, very nice week overall. We're just going to be taking steps down in temperatures every day by a little bit. Rainfall forecast from WPC, and this kind of shows you the idea of where their mindset is at with regards to Hurricane Ian, that it will cross Florida. Just follow the max precipitation area across the northeast Gulf of Mexico, and it goes in somewhere, say, just from Tampa on northward, according to them, maybe a little bit further south than Tampa, hard to say. But then you get the heavy precip off the North Carolina coast and also some heavy rains in the interior. So you wonder whether the WPC folks are looking at all the different models doing all the different things that they have been doing and thinking, you know what, we're thinking southeast coast or just inland in the southeast coast and then going on east off the mid-Atlantic coast. We do have 1-inch rainfalls being indicated as far north as southern New England and up into the Hudson Valley and in Pennsylvania. This forecast actually goes through next Monday. So I think if this is going to wind up happening in terms of rainfall getting up into the Northeast, it will probably be come next Sunday. I think we may be able to keep things dry right through Saturday. So for the rest of the week, it's the last days of the month of September. Temperatures are going to be near or below average. We have this flow from Canada. You can see the moisture rotating around this low that's east of Lake Huron. Not everybody gets into that today. And then tomorrow, after a chilly night tonight, 40s to low 50s, we'll be probably back up into the lower 70s. I'm thinking upper 60s and low 70s on Wednesday as what should be the last of these troughs coming on through. And look at that big high building in with dry weather for Thursday. We're looking at the European here, and I think it goes beyond that. When I switch to the GFS, we'll go a little bit further. Now, the European, this is the in-between run, and honestly, I get just headaches looking at this stuff on a regular basis to have things go in one direction on one run of the models and then go in the exact opposite direction. Today's run, the European has been the furthest east with all of this, trying to show landfalls down as far south as Fort Myers. Now it's actually gone west, and it keeps the system more offshore than anything else. So that was the in-between run. I think the day run will probably do something different. Now, as far as the GFS is concerned, which has been a little more consistent, but even here we've had problems. We could see from this is going back to Tuesday now, and there it goes, Ian, moving up to near Tampa, and then goes into the Panhandle, and then starts to make a turn more to the northeast with rains coming up the coast. But that big high to the north suppresses all of that to the south. I think this is a realistic solution here, that we could actually see rain try to move up the coast and only get so far north, and then it gets shoved out. Maybe it makes it to southern New Jersey. And by the way, if this happens, it probably happens sometime at the earliest would be late Sunday or Sunday night, which means most of the weekend should be okay. Meanwhile, as far as the storm is concerned, let's just look at the latest advisory, and we'll wrap it up right after that. So we'll go to the Hurricane Center, see if the 11 o'clock advisory is in 19.1 north. I'm sorry. Yeah, 19.1 north, 82.7 west, moving northwest at 13. Lowest pressure is 980 millibars. Top winds are now 80 miles an hour. And you can see the Hurricane Center's latest forecast making this a major hurricane overnight tonight and keeping it a major hurricane passing east of Tampa, going in along the Florida Big Bend, and then into southeast Georgia at 2 a.m. Saturday. So if that's the case, at least as far as the weather is concerned for eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England, we're going to be fine at least through the daytime Saturday and maybe even through much of Sunday for this upcoming weekend. Of course, more on this on my on Patreon and also tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show at 7:30 Eastern. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. 631-756-1125 is the phone number. The website is omnitruevalue.com. So we'll see you tonight at 7:30 Eastern. And by the way, the tropics, another wave that's out halfway across the Atlantic actually looks like it's gotten better organized here during the overnight and this morning. So we'll see what the Hurricane Center does with that. And there are a couple of other waves out there. And of course, you see Hurricane Ian in the northwestern Caribbean. I think it's probably going to wind up getting to be a Cat 3 or maybe even a Cat 4 before it's all said and done. Have a good day, folks. We'll see you later.